Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's your boy D-Man coming at you guys live today. I figured I'd show you guys a little bit something different other than a gaming video. As you can see, my YouTube channel is going to be more about life's challenges and things that you can do and instructions on how to do those things. So today, we're going to be installing a Honeywell Wi-Fi Smart Thermostat. This one comes with the custom color display, and it also is Wi-Fi enabled, so you'll be able to sync it up and use your phone to control your thermostat, heating and cooling. So for this one, I'm going to be putting it in upstairs. So I put one in downstairs already. It's a pretty straightforward, simple process. The downstairs ones work great. And the reason I really like this one is because, of course, there's a newer Honeywell thermostat for this type. It's a newer model. But I like this older model because it has a better graphical user interface, and it also gives you better customization capabilities. And so as far as the functionality go, uh, I think you're also able to, achieve the same functionality with the newer model. Maybe even it may even have a couple other custom settings that you can do. But the look of this one, as far as how it looks once you have it installed, is pretty awesome. It's pretty fantastic. So I'm gonna flip this baby around and show you the back. This is the front of the package, and I just received this today. Haven't opened it or anything. This is the front of the package here, and on the back it'll show you. You know, this is a side view here of what all it comes with, or why you should choose it. And of course, at the thermostat, a smartphone or tablet can be used, or a computer. You can set the touchscreen display to match the or accent your home decor. And it also offers extreme high or low indoor temperatures. And you can it has a filter or humidifier pad change reminder. So it'll tell you, if you got a humidifier, you can link it up to it, and it'll tell you when to change your filter for that. And also there's automatic energy savings that you will get from the power company. And so one of the reasons why I'm installing this upstairs as well is because with two of them I get even greater energy savings from the power company. So sorry about that little side venture, but I'm going to go ahead and spin around to the back now. And this basically is giving you more reasons to choose. It's a simple setup. You have a variance fan operation, a smart response learning, so that means it'll learn the temperatures you like in your home over time. And there's an auto change, from heat to cold. So depending on the weather and as it learns your comfort levels, it will automatically set either the heat or the cooler. And it's a secure network that it also links to, which is your home Wi-Fi. So what I was getting to about the matching or accenting your home decor is, as you can see, this one has, you can change the background color to be any color you like. There's the color palette here at the bottom, and you can choose from all those different colors. I haven't seen a way, to customize a color and create your own color, but I haven't really had a need for that, so I kind of use just the default colors, and it seems to match up pretty well with my color scheme. So with that said, folks, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna show you this baby installed, and then I'm gonna come back up and I'm gonna unbox this. So just bear with me, folks. I'm gonna try and navigate downstairs. So I don't think I can pause this, so I'm just gonna cover up the camera so you don't see my messy home. I'm under renovation right now, but once I get downstairs, I'll uncover the camera so you guys can see the thermostat installed. So a couple other things to note while I go downstairs. You may want to, label your wires or take a picture of them with your phone whenever you begin to do the installation for this. But altogether, you just have to be careful on how you're going to do your installation. So I'm downstairs now, and I'm going to uncover the camera so that you guys can see what it looks like on the wall and installed after the installation is complete. So this is the unit downstairs. It's been installed, and as you can see, it's a pretty great little system. If I touch the screen and go to the menu, I can, edit the schedule, view the schedule summary, set it to like a vacation mode, and I can also choose a different color scheme, which I'll, show you guys that real quick. Just say if I wanted to choose a plum, right now it's on blaze, but if I wanted to choose plum, I just simply select plum, press enter, it'll, generate the color scheme, and then it'll apply it. I'll click on home, and voila, there you have it. I just changed the color scheme. So I'm gonna go back to my color scheme because I'm gonna go back upstairs and unbox this other one for you guys and show you what it looks like in the package. All right, folks, so bear with me while I navigate back upstairs, and I will be back in just a moment. Alrighty, folks, back upstairs, back at the new one, and I'm gonna start the unboxing. So bear with me. I'm gonna try to do this with one hand. So, of course, it comes, with that outer wrapper, but it is inside of a protected box. So inside the protected box, there is the thermostat, and it's in its own little kind of cradle here. And it's a pretty lightweight device. On the back side, of course, that's just the interface for the circuit board. On the front side, this little sticker on the front is kind of just showing you what it's going to look like. And it does give you the humidity and outdoor and everything. My unit downstairs was updating right now, so that's why you didn't see all of this information in the bottom corner down here for the humidity and the outside temperature. But it was showing the indoor temperature, it was showing the time, it was showing everything else except the humidity and the outdoor temperature. Also in the box is the circuit board. And this little guy here is what you'll be hooking up to your C wire and your other wires that I was saying you should label or take a picture of once you take off your old thermostat. The back side there's nothing there. It's just a mounting where you would mount it. And you would place, 2 mounting screws in there. It doesn't look like there's anything else in the box. I'm going to try and peel this off just to see, so bear with me. I think, okay, so yeah, there's a couple more items in the box, folks, which was up under that wrapper. You have your user guide, which tells you how to program it and how to use the thermostat. You have some hardware here, which is giving you some couple screws and some wall. Can't remember what they call these, but you know, I call them not studs, but you know, fasteners. So you can fasten them to the wall. Then you have a quick start guide, which, you know, basically tells you how to get started and what to do. You have some stickers to label your wires, which I have not used any of these yet. Even with the first one I did, I kind of just took a picture of it so I could remember which wires went where. This little card is your model number and your MAC ID. You need this after you do the install for your initial setup. So make sure you don't lose this card here. It is your thermostat ID, and that's how you register it with the Honeywell website, so that you can get those updates and get that humidity and set this guy up so you can control it from anywhere in the world. It looks like the quick start guide in Spanish, and there is the quick start guide in English. So that's it, folks. That's everything in the box. Once again, that's everything that came with the package right here. That box was just a, you know, the securing, you know, of the package so that nothing got broken. And the rest is simple instructions and the thermostat and the circuit board and a couple of screws for some hardware to mount it to the wall. So with that, folks, I'm going to take a step over to where I will be mounting this at. And I'm going to call out a couple of things for you here that you might want to pay attention to. So I'm going to black the camera out for just about 10 seconds, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here we are, folks. We are at the wall where we're going to install this at. And so a couple things to note is I've taken off a bigger unit, which this was a part of my home security system. Let me see. Let me get the name for you. Hold on a sec. So folks, bear with me here. I don't want you to see my messy home. That's why I'm blacking the camera, but I will be right here with you in just a second. So getting back to it, folks. So this guy was mounted on the wall. It's part of my Vivint home security. And this thing really sucked. It has no graphical interface, or, you know, it's touchscreen. It's decent, you know, but I wanted something with a little more flair. And I always, you know, wanted to put these Honeywell ones in because they're really neat and they allow me to match my color scheme and everything. And it also, you know, the thing was because I had the Vivint, I wasn't really in a rush to do it. And then the price on these, it was kind of pricey at the time I bought the first one, it was about $350. But they've come down considerably in price now, and I got this guy for under $200. So what I wanted to show you though is that the Vivint is considerably larger than the Honeywell. And once again, the Vivint and the Honeywell. So if you can see the difference, the Honeywell is about, man, only about 4 inches, 4 inches across, or yeah, about 4 to 5 inches wide, about 3 inches high. And the Vivint is about a 6 by 6, you know, inches square. So taking this Vivint off the wall, and I'm gonna go back over to where I'm doing the install, so bear with me. So taking the Vivint off the wall, there was this huge amount of real estate that the Vivint was taking. So when I removed it, so right now I'm not, my home is fairly new, and it still had the original builder grade paint, and I've since then painted and changed the color. And so when I took the Vivint off the wall, there was the builder's color was still beneath the Vivint, because I originally, when I painted around the Vivint. I didn't take it off the wall. I just taped around the edges, and I had painted around it. So once I took this guy off the wall, I had to fill in the holes, and then I used a can of stucco in a can to make the texture on the wall. And the reason I had to do that is because once I removed this guy, there was holes that I had to patch. And I'm not sure you can really see them on this camera, but you can see this one here where there was a hole I had to patch. And then I had to make the texture so that when I put the other one, the smaller Honeywell, on the wall, you won't be able to see those holes, and you won't be able to see the where I had to sand the putty. It's not putty, but it's the plaster that you use to fill in holes and things. So with that said, folks, I'm gonna get right into the next thing, which is explaining to you what I've done with the wires and why you see the blue tape on it. And then once I start to do the install, folks, I'm afraid that I don't have someone else that can hold the camera for me. So what I'm gonna have to do is do the install and then come back and show you guys once the job is complete. But before we, finish the video and I go away, I want to show you guys a quick and dirty way to mark your wires, right? So instead of taking a picture this time, I just marked them. And I just freshly painted this wall again, so I accidentally hit some of the tape. But this was my C wire right here, which is generally C wire is the blue wire, and I think I peeled it off enough where you can see that. But your C wire is your blue wire, and it may be different in your home. That's why I say put some tape on it, and then just write on the tape the letter that it represents. So this one here, this is the white wire, and I had a W there, but because I know what I'm doing now, I don't need to see it. I accidentally hit it with the paint and covered it up. But this one here is my yellow wire, and as you can see, I put the Y there for yellow, and it put the tape on it, and then you can also see it's yellow. I mean, and don't get me wrong, just because the color is yellow don't mean it's the Y wire, right? So your Y wire might be green, or it might be blue, or it might be red. It could be any one of these colors, and that's why it's important that you mark them. So my red wire actually is my red wire, and it's my RH. And if you can see, I did mark it RH, and it is red wire. It just happens to be coincidentally that is red. And same thing for my green wire, just coincidental. It is my G wire though, and it is green. So with that said, folks, that's how you cheat and kind of mark your wires before you do your install. So next, I'm gonna stop the video, go ahead and install this guy, and then I'm gonna be using a hang on a second, I'll show you the tools I'm gonna use so that you can make sure you get prepared as well as you can. Okay, folks, so For this job, it's going to be pretty straight and simple. I'm going to be using a standard drill. Happens to be an impact drill, driver drill. Uh, a very small screwdriver so that I can tighten and loosen those terminals, and a leveler. I'm using an old-fashioned leveler, nothing fancy there, just to make sure that I get it on the wall and I get it up there straight and I mount it evenly. So with that said, folks, we're going to stop the video now. I'm going to go ahead and do the install, and I'll come back later and show you guys exactly what it looks like.